So I picked up the DJI Action 4 to fulfill 4 specific roles in my content creation journey. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as mentioned, my 4 specific needs for getting the DJI Action 4 is number 1, to easily create content for my YouTube channel. Number 2 would be for behind the scenes on client shoots. And number 3, as a C cam in certain situations. So in this video, we're going to look at, does the DJI Action 4 fulfill the needs that I've actually purchased it for? So the DJI Action 4 performs decently enough in these type of environments. Example, your talking heads or your vlogging style scenarios, but where it suffers a bit more is when you're trying to get closer up B-roll shots of a specific product that you're actually reviewing, and that is where the 30 to 40 centimeters focus distance comes into play. If you're looking at getting b-roll of landscapes or wider angle shots, then it's sufficient. However, when it comes to close-up b-roll of a specific product that you're actually reviewing, you're either going to have to use your phone or a mirrorless camera, like in my instance the ZV-E10. So in that case, for a YouTube channel, I think the DJI Action 4 lacks a bit in terms of that scenario. But also take into consideration the DJI Action 4 was not built as a YouTube content creation camera. It's an action camera, so we can't expect it to do all the things. We need to improvise, and that's what I'm doing with the DJI Action 4. So for behind the scenes, I think that is where the Action 4 excels. We're going to carry it on a little light tripod like this, and you just set it down on a table or you set it down on the floor, capturing behind the scenes of whatever job you're currently on. I think the Action 4 performs very well. Having said that, if mounting this Action 4 on a chest strap and you want to capture POV behind the scenes, it's going to come back to what I mentioned earlier as the YouTube setup. Your camera or the back of your lens is not going to be in focus, and it all comes down to the minimum focus distance of the Action 4. In most scenarios, where I'm complaining is the minimum focus distance of the Action 4. Generally speaking, as a behind the scenes camera, whether you've got somebody off on the side capturing all the content, you just hit record, there's no focusing on this, everything is in focus. So you don't need a professional behind the scenes shooter. You can have someone just carrying this and just following you around, or like I said, putting it on a tabletop or putting it down on a stand somewhere and just capturing everything. In terms of that, I think the Action 4 performs very well. Now, as a C cam or a B cam, I think the DJI Action 4 performs exceptionally well. Other than this being a tiny sensor, I think the color coming out of the DJI Action 4 with D-Log M, fits in especially well with my Fuji cameras when I'm shooting in, F-Log. The colors coming out of the DJI Action 4 is basically indistinguishable, as well as the auto white balance coming from the DJI Action 4 compared with my Fujifilm cameras. Not so much with the Sony, but with the Fujifilm cameras, it mixes in very well. And I've recently just finished a job where I actually incorporated the DJI Action 4 in that job, and nobody was able to tell that some of the footage mixed in there was actually coming from the DJI Action 4. And I was actually so happy to get those shots on the DJI Action 4. And like I said, the color looks very similar to the Fujifilm X-T4 that I was using on that job. And when I compared to the Sony colors, it was different. And I think for me, where it comes in, I think the processing of the auto white balance, or the white balance itself, on the Action 4 and the Fujifilm cameras is very close. The D-Log and the F-Log on Fujifilm is very close. So as a C cam, for me, I'm pretty happy. It makes up for all the other negatives in the previous instances that I've mentioned. So having owned the DJI Action 4 only for the last couple of weeks, I haven't had the opportunity to test this out in a real estate environment. However, I'm pretty confident with the type of images or videos that I've been getting with the DJI Action 4. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to pull off a full, complete budget real estate video for my client using only the DJI Action 4. So that is my initial impressions of the DJI Action 4. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. I'd be more than happy to answer. This is my personal unit, so going forward on this channel, I would be using the DJI Action 4 more and more, whether it's for talking heads or vlogging style videos or just general content creation. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out till the next one.